Let's talk about the statue of Fentanyl Floyd. Why do you call him Fentanyl Floyd, Brandon? Because they doing too much. I want to honor the man, but they gone too far. And this man was a crackhead, and now the Negro got a statue. They'll take Ben Carson off of a building, off of a school, because he works in the Trump administration. But they'll have a statue of a crackhead. I don't know if y'all know. I don't know if y'all know this or not. But your boy is a crackhead. I ain't say crackhead. Maybe a meth head to be a better terminology. They got a statue of George Floyd. Fentanyl Floyd. I did a home invasion, putting a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach, and went to prison for it, Floyd. I was trying to buy stuff with fake money and taking fentanyl and methamphetamine and resisting arrest. Floyd got a statue. What can somebody explain to me? Anybody. Can somebody explain to me why do people think that this is normal? They got a statue of a criminal. And you know what's going to happen? I told y'all this, and I'm telling you now. So if y'all 10 years from now, you're going to know that I was right. They are trying to rewrite history with this Black Lives Matter stuff. In 15 years, people are going to go to this George Floyd statue, and they're not going to know, because they don't have the fake money in the speedball, the fentanyl and heroin, or fentanyl and methamphetamine. They don't have that sitting on the bench, and they don't have his criminal record on the bench. They don't have his fake money. They don't have his adult video film short career on there. They don't have nothing but a statue of a man who had a tattered past and a bad legacy, and they can say whatever they want to say about George Floyd. George Floyd is one of the greatest men, and they got a statue of him like Martin Luther King. I mean, brother, I feel bad for black folks like these people who up here at this statue like this is good. Y'all look real dumb. And it's in New York, where he ain't got nothing to do with New York. Nothing to do with it. Nothing. I guess crime pays, man. If you gang banging and you out here acting a fool and you get killed by a white cop, you get killed by a black cop, it doesn't matter. You get killed by another black man, we'll have 4,500 statues. We'll have 7,000 statues a year if every black man that was killed in America through violence, murdered. All the black people murdered. We'll have 45,000 of these things around before you know it. But now, little kid get shot in the head that was a promising citizen, you'll never get a statue. Why? Because your life don't matter. It only matters if a white man kill you and they make enough money off of that. And there's money to be made. They didn't care nothing about David Dorn. David Dorn should have a statue. Maybe we should work on that. David Dorn should have a statue. That man honorably served his community flawlessly and was murdered by another black man who was stealing TVs out of a pawn shop, left him on the ground bleeding to death, dying while they recorded him, which was more frightening and disappointing than his death, in my opinion. Because he was resisting arrest and doing all kinds of stuff. That black man wasn't doing nothing, and he got murdered. He ain't got no statue, but this man does. Tashawn Lee don't have a statue. Tashawn Lee should have been a turning point for black violence in the inner city. Why, Mr. Tatum? Tashawn Lee was like a 7 or 9-year-old boy that got gunned down in the alley, and the black dudes put cigarette butts out on him because his father was involved in a gang. They should have statues. For all the little innocent kids that are getting murdered in the inner city, they should have a statue. But they ain't gonna. Black people, hold on. America, not just black people. Do you understand what they're doing? This is the standard of the black man. It used to be Martin Luther King. This is the standard of the black man. You know how backwards this is? We went from slavery to being dumb Negroes who couldn't read to making a name for ourselves, owning I say $1 million, but at the time, $100,000 businesses, really changing the world. Married to the women we have children with at 70, 80%. That used to be the image of the black man. Booker T. Washington. You can go down the list. I see these pictures of George Washington Carver, one of the greatest scientists to ever live. Even Ben Carson, the greatest man to ever do what he's done in the world out of any race. Ben Carson. Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream. Malcolm X. Even though he was Nation of Islam or whatever you want to call him, Muslim, the dude still had a lot of stuff to say, and he was more of a militant guy, but they dressed nice, they stood up, they were firm, they were hardcore. The only crime you can accuse them of is loitering or trespassing because they were protesting. This guy, come on. The people that we celebrate now don't look like Martin Luther King now. Don't look like Frederick Douglass. Don't look like Madam C.J. Walker. Doesn't look like people like Paul Laurence Dunbar, Langston Hughes. They don't look like. All right. Don't believe me. Don't believe me. Don't believe me. Let's go to the pictures, man. Let's go to the pictures, bruh. Let's go to the pictures, shawty. Langston Hughes, the famous poet Langston Hughes. Wonderful man. Look how Langston Hughes dressed. That man got a tie on. That man look good. Got his hat on, got his tie on, got his little collar shirt on. Where do you see Langston Hughes looking like a clown? No, there's no pictures of Langston Hughes not looking like a professional man. Not looking like a professional man. Where's the pictures? Where's the pictures? Langston Hughes. Black men used to be so well put together, so well established. Let me look at Martin. Let's go to Martin Luther King Jr. Let's go to what the black man used to look like. The black man used to have a tie on. Strong, passionate, successful, God-fearing. Even what's name feared Allah. They still feared a God. Martin Luther King arrested. I don't know if this is a mugshot or not. Brother got a suit on. Got a collar shirt on. Pants, I guarantee you his pants is around his waist. He ain't sagging and thugging. Even getting arrested, he got a collar shirt on. Look at that brother. We used to look so good. Let me go to who else can I go to? One of my favorite. Let's see, Frederick. Let's go Frederick Douglass. All I'm doing is just pointing out the obvious. Look at Frederick Douglass. My grandfather looked like my great grandfather looked like Frederick Douglass, actually. Look at Fred. Look at Mr. Douglass. Look at the pictures that you see of Frederick Douglass. He's an honorable, dapper, strong black man. Strong. Stood for something. You ain't messing with these brothers. We done fell off.